Happy Halloween, everyone. Welcome to Cooking with Mo and Deb. It's just Deb tonight. I am getting ready for trick-or-treaters. It's time for them to start showing up at our door, and I wanted to get some soup going. Does everybody else just have to have chili and hot dogs for Halloween? I don't know what it is, but that's what we always have. Well, I already got a pot of chili cooking, but I have a recipe that I wanted to make, and it's French onion soup. I had French onion soup when I was in France last year. I went to Paris, and first thing I had was some French onion soup. So I'm trying to make it myself. So in my Dutch oven, I've already got it turned on, and I've got 2 tablespoons of butter in my Dutch oven. So while that butter is melting, I'm going to be chopping up my onions. Not chopping them, you want to slice your onions. So I just don't know what it is, but every single year we love to have chili and hot dogs. It's just kind of always been a thing for my family. Maybe that's a normal thing for everybody. I don't know. It's a kind of a cooler day, cooler evening. It just is a hearty, filling soup is a good thing to have. And then after when my kids were too big to trick or treat, we started always watching a scary movie. Now, I'm not really big on scary movies. They'll watch every scary movie that comes out. I'll just watch them, just a few of them, but that's not really my thing. But I do like to hand out candy when the trick-or-treaters come around. So I plan to do that, and we've already even had two people stop by, so I'm expecting some more. So, like I said, you're just going to slice up your onions, and once you get them all sliced, you're just going to put them in that butter and let them cook for about 5 to 10 minutes. The recipe calls for 3 onions. I have 4 in my stash, so I decided to go ahead and cut up 4. They're kind of small, so I think it'll be okay. I'm going to break them up just a little bit. Go ahead and pour these in. My butter's already melted, and let me get this 4th one cut up. Just kind of, they're not really thin slices. Whoops, lost one. But they're not real thick either. All right. Now, while those onions are cooking in that butter, I'm going to stir them just a little bit. So while those are cooking, you can take out your cutting board and your bread knife, and we can slice up some bread. You want the baguettes. The paper makes a lot of noise. So you want your baguettes, and you want to have your oven turned on to 400 degrees. And I'm going to just slice these. You want them at least an inch thick, and I want them cut kind of on an angle. So I'm just going to go ahead and slice these all up and lay them out on a baking sheet. And we're going to bake them because we want them to be kind of crusty so they can go on the top of the soup, and then you're going to put cheese on top. And it's Gruyere. I'm not even sure if I'm saying that right, but Gruyere cheese. It is not real cheap. I suppose you could use a different kind of cheese, but I was trying to stick to the recipe, do it just like it says. So I went ahead and bought the Gruyere cheese. So I've got my cheese laid out. I'm going to stir my onions. They've got to cook for a few more minutes because they need to get a little bit tender. And then we're going to add a few more ingredients. Yeah, they still got a few more minutes to go, and then we'll be adding a few more ingredients. So I'll be back as soon as these onions get a little bit tender. Be right back. Do you hear the onions sizzling? They're smelling really good too. I'm cooking them in a Dutch oven. You can see them right there. They're ready for me to add some more ingredients, but what I didn't tell you before, I forgot to tell you that I used yellow onions. The recipe doesn't specify a certain kind. So I chose to use yellow, but you could probably use white also if you wanted to, yellow or white. So to your onions, after they've cooked for about 8 minutes, you're going to add 7 cups of chicken broth. There's 4 cups. Chicken broth or chicken stock. You could even use vegetable stock if you have it. That would work too. That was 4 cups. I'm gonna add 3 more right here. Now, if you have individual little baking bowls that you can use so you could serve this individually, that would be really cute. I don't have that, so I'm using my Dutch oven. This Dutch oven I can use on the stove top, and I can also take it to the oven, which is what I'll do whenever this cooks up. But the little individual bowls is really, really cute. Add some salt and pepper. That was pepper, and here's salt. And stir that up, and we're going to let this cook for 5 to 10 minutes. While that's cooking, you can put your sliced baguettes in the oven and toast them, and then we'll come back to get it ready for the oven. So I'll be right back. There's your cheese. Gruyere cheese. This is the kind that you're going to use in your French onion soup. So while your onions and your chicken stock or chicken broth are cooking, you can be grating up your cheese. That's what I'm gonna take care of right now. Okay, so after your onions have cooked and you've shredded up your cheese and you have toasted your bread, your baguettes, you're going to layer your bread in your pan, and if you have individual bowls, just ladle the soup into your individual bowl and put a baguette on top, and then smother it with your cheese. So take your shredded cheese and just sprinkle all over top of your baguettes. The more the better. So put a bunch of cheese on it, and then we're going to take the pan or the individual bowls and put them into the oven, a 400-degree oven, for 10 to 15 minutes. So I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. All right, soup's on, y'all. It's done. This is the French onion soup. Can I get you a little bit closer to see? It is really hot, just come out of the oven. I did turn it on broil to brown that cheese just a teensy bit. I put it in the oven. It was for 15 minutes. It's really, really hot. So I'm going to be dishing it out here in a little bit, and then I will take some pictures and just post it for you so you can try it yourself. This is an amazing French onion soup recipe. It looks pretty. I'm going to serve it in bowls, and if you want to put another one of your toasted breads in the bottom and then serve your soup on top of it with a toasted bread on top, that's a great way to do it. If you cook it in the crock, then you may put one piece of bread on the bottom and then put the soup on it and then bake it, so it'll have double bread in there. But it's just a fabulous recipe. Hope y'all are having a great Halloween and that the spooks are not spooking you too bad. Come back and check in on us again. We'll have some more amazing recipes from Cooking with Mo and Deb. Enjoy your French onion soup.